community, we love to see our men thrive and excel, but what happens when they get caught up in accidents, lies, and scandal and end up going to jail? Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So, happy Saturday. Hope y'all are feeling good today. I'm not, because I just got disrespected by this weather, might I add. Look, this weather is just absolute bonkers to y'all. Like, in Texas, we have bipolar weather, but it is never this bipolar. Like, I was legit wearing shorts yesterday, and now I'm back to wearing long sleeve sweatshirts and jackets. It's absolutely ridiculous. I cannot stand it. The wind, all of it is just... I can't even. But I do want to say I'm sorry for the delay. Got a little busy this week. You guys know I do a lot. It is what it is. But here I am giving you guys a hot topic mashup video. So the two topics I want to talk about today are the arrest of Jussie Smollet and the almost arrest of the famed director by the name of Ryan Coogler. You guys just... It's been a very interesting week. Let's get into it. So first off, I want to talk about the disrespect of Ryan Coogler, aka Banking While Black. And it's kind of hard to even pull the race card because the people that oppressed him in this situation were black. But you know, Ryan Coogler went on down to a bank. I don't know what bank it was. I think it was Wells Fargo. He went on down there, wanted to withdraw $12,000 out of his account, aka his account. So first off, they didn't know it was him. He was wearing glasses and a face mask. He wrote it on a piece of paper and handed it to the teller, and the teller got nervous and literally overreacted. It was a black pregnant woman, might I add. She overreacted and ended up calling the police on him. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but you can write down on a piece of paper and hand it to the teller that you want X amount of dollars withdrawn from your account. And all you have to do is usually just show a form of ID. And from what I believe, he showed them their ID. But yet she still proceeded to not calling the manager because she was nervous, but she ended up calling the police on this man. Now, I've never worked in the banking industry, but I will say if you feel nervous and threatened, or if you just can't really do your job, that's when you call in a manager to proceed, because you know they have a higher training to manage the situation. But she wanted to manage the situation herself and call the police on this man. The police showed up and they literally drew their guns. Mind you, it was two black cops that showed up. They drew their guns on him, and all he could do was just like pause, stay calm, and put his hand behind his back. And they ended up arresting the two people that were in his car as well. Now, my thing is, I mean, they probably could have thought that, like, let's say he was being held hostage and the two people in the car were the people holding him hostage, and they sent him into the bank to withdraw money for them to give to them. But if that were the case, then why would the police draw their guns on him, Ryan Coogler? Now, this is not for me to take up for the bank teller, but a few things could have happened. They probably were robbed beforehand, because let's keep it real. Down in Atlanta, crime has risen up to an all-time high, especially throughout the pandemic, especially throughout this shitty economy where everything's just high as fuck. Like, everything is just absolutely high throughout the roof, and people that even work two jobs can't even afford to, like, really fund their lifestyle anymore, like afford to live. So therefore, a lot of crime and bank robberies have probably risen in Atlanta, aka Wakanda, like T.I. likes to say. And another scenario could be the fact that the bank teller and the cops were hating on this man, hating on a successful black man that has like legit money. And it's just like, this situation could have just been handled completely differently. Like, I definitely think that they were robbed beforehand, and old girl was just startled and stressed, on top of her being pregnant. Like, she was a disheveled mess. But at the end of the day, Ryan Coogler, he collected his money, he left, and I think he released a statement saying that, like, he's basically cool with the situation. So if he's cool, then I'm gonna be cool with it too. You know, shout out to him. That man is just very, like, calm, just has a very tranquil look. Like, he just looks just content all the time. Like, he's just not happy, not sad, not mad, just content. So moving on to Bussy, aka Jussie Smollet. I'm gonna just call him Jussie Smollet because, you know, the man's been beaten down enough. Y'all, the man was sentenced to 5 months in prison. Well, jail, actually. Regardless, it probably still feels the same. Behind bars is behind bars in my case. I couldn't last a day. But on top of that 5-month sentence, he also has to pay, I believe it was $100,000 in restitution and $25,000 in fees from the city of Chicago. And me personally, y'all, I thought this whole entire situation kind of like quieted down and kind of just like, I thought he was redeemed from it, from the pandemic, because they were about to go to trial with this, and then the pandemic happened, and I thought that like, okay, it's just like F it, like we have better things to worry about, let's not waste time on this frivolous ass case. Now I say frivolous because it was a white lie that turned into a big fat ass lie, but at the same time, come to think of it, it's not that frivolous because he low-key could have incited a race war. Like, we got to think at the time, this was during like the re-election of Trump, and like right before, like months before it actually. And not months before, but like a year before. I'm trying to get the timeline. I'm going off the top of my head, you guys. So just bear with me. But Trump was in office. The political climate was just at an all-time, it was just a mess. And racism was at an all-time high. And he said that it was 2 white MAGA hat wearing people that attacked him. And it ended up being 2 African people. And it was a scheme that he and a slew of other people set up to get him some publicity. Because let's keep it real, Jussie did not do this by himself. And it was not just the Osundario brothers either. There was a team of people that did all this so they can like boost Jussie, have Jussie be seen as the quote-unquote gay Tupac, and also bring more ratings back into Empire, which was flopping at the time. But with Jussie doing all of that and telling that big ass lie, do I feel like he deserves jail time? Absolutely not. I feel like he needs to pay those fines, the legal fees, and the restitution. But jail time, 5 months. Now, he's not going to do the entire 5 months, but I just do not think that he deserves to go to jail. I really don't. Now, when Jussie was sentenced, he stood up and did like a long, like, trying to get his Oscar type of speech, talking about how he is not suicidal and he's still innocent. And it was kind of like theatrics to me, but what really tugged at my heart was when his family came out to speak on his behalf. Like, shout out to the Smollet family. They are ride or die, and they are riding with him by any means necessary, and that is the true like testimony of what a real family is supposed to do. And I really, like, they tugged at my heartstrings a little bit when they were giving their speeches defending him. Like granted, like, in my opinion, Jussie lied. He lied. But however, the Smollet family was always like an astute name. Like, there was no scandal behind it at all. And it's like, damn, this one bit of scandal happens and now he's just nailed to the cross. And it's like a testimony to the legal system too. Like, they're gonna try to get a black man in jail by any means necessary, no matter him being innocent or no matter how like minuscule the crime is in the grand scheme of crime and corruption that goes on in this world. Like, even his own grandmother, who was a white woman, got up there and said that like this was nothing but sheer racism. Was it racism? I will say to a very tiny degree. But for the most part, like, Jussie, he fucking rode this lie until the wheels fell off, basically. When he really could have just, like, de-escalated this when he saw it getting too big. Like, when he saw that this lie was going to take him all the way to court, he could have been like, oh, okay. This is what happened. But you know what? He's not going to do that because, like I said earlier, he has some very powerful people behind him that helped him set up this scheme. Now, that's not a fact, but 9 times out of 10, my opinion are a fact. I feel like somebody, like, I'm not going to name names in this video because I don't know where I'm going to be one day, how big I may get, but I will say I definitely think a certain director helped him, and I definitely think a politician that is in office right now helped him with this scheme. And I feel like they helped him with this scheme so they can get back at Trump, make sure they had ammunition against him, you know, showcasing that his Trumpsters were just terrible people, so they can get a Democrat back in office, and also so they can give, like I said, drive ratings back to Empire, like, and then drive like people, like fans behind Jussie Smollet, because everybody loves a good gay in Hollywood. But it is what it is. He was sentenced. He's trying to appeal it. It's probably not going to get appealed. Like, boy, you're just gonna have to take the deal, the plea deal. Like, you're just gonna have to plead the fifth and do your time because you lied about the crime. But yeah, y'all, what do you guys think about the whole entire situation with famed director Ryan Coogler, director of Black Panther, I forgot to mention? How do y'all feel about him getting wrongfully arrested and getting a gun pointed at him when he tried to withdraw some money from his own account using his own ID? And what do you guys think about Jussie Smollet meeting his day? Like, this whole entire scandal came to an end and it ended up with him being put in the pen. But those are my views, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.